Cobra.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GIN Sports Network Monday Night Football Watch Party. I'm your host, John J. II. Thank you for joining us tonight on a lovely Monday. A lot of stuff going on and a lot brewing in this Monday Night Football matchup between the Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, show you guys this box score. Absolutely piss poor performance from the Las Vegas Raiders. Didn't expect this at all. Didn't see this coming. I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. And I've been telling people this. I've went public and said this. I've been getting shafted on bets this year. Shafted. Okay. And that's not putting it lightly. That's putting it as blunt as I can put it. And that's just kind of one of those things where you're early in the season and, you're getting into the middle of the season and you got to start winning some games because there's some things that happen and you got to cover certain spreads and whatnot. And it's not getting any easier because the bookies are getting smarter. They're not getting dumber. They're getting smarter. So it's even more of a task for someone like me or any bettor out there to really hone in on what's going on, what's happening within the league. And I have to cover both leagues. I have to cover NFL and the college football. So as you know, I'm the host of the college football podcast here on the GIN College podcast. So it's a task that I like to do, and Cody and I do a great job doing it. Don't like to toot our own horn, even though I will. And it's a lot of fun. So I know it's late, might not catch a lot of people here tonight, but this is basically for the viewers that are going to tune in tomorrow and see this game. So I'll put my bet here on the screen. I have over 51.5 and Las Vegas Raiders money line. Not looking great right now. We're kind of doing some damage control right now, and Derek Carr just got sacked. So we're just kind of battling through it. But basically what I've been doing is looking at this pretty objectively. All right, John Gruden has to get pissed off. He has to figure it out, and he is a second-half coach. He's a coach that really thrives in the second half. He lives for the second half, and the commentators were busting his balls early in the game, and they were saying, you know what, this guy's he's a backup quarterback. He's washed up. He should be commentating games and all this stuff. And maybe they didn't say that verbatim, but they wanted to say that. And that was a tough hit right there on Jacobs, but they're basically giving him a lot of shit, and he doesn't have much of a rebuttal because he's on the sidelines. So he's got to figure it out. I'm not going to cut him any breaks. And there's a special aura about John Gruden where you're either all with him or you're all against him. And unfortunately, a lot of people are against him. I wouldn't say I'm in that camp, but I mean, he's got to really prove himself to me. Coming out 3-0, 1-0 away, you're looking to get a win here. At least have this be a game, or at the very least have some points on the board before halftime. I'm going to see if they can punch this in here. We're going to see what this offense is made of, and they made that pass finally to Renfro, and that was needed right there. That was a much needed touchdown. 9 minutes left in the third, and we got some work to do if we want to hit that over. Got even more work to do if we want to hit that. Money line win. So we need at least 2 more touchdowns. But see, the thing is, I want Los Angeles to keep scoring. If I can get these teams, if we can get 2 more quick touchdowns, especially if we can even get 1 more going into the fourth, I'll be feeling pretty good. Because then you get Las Vegas to score 1 maybe. Even if you tie the game up, you got to keep that sense of urgency alive to have both teams want to score points. Because the first and foremost thing is you want to hit that over. We're not setting ourselves up very well to hit that over right now. We want to hit that over, and we want to win the game. So down 14, a little over 9 minutes left in the third quarter, and I got some work to do. So let's just kind of look at some statistics here, look at some team stats. So not being able to get it done in passing situations has been key for this Raiders team. And if you look here at Josh Jacobs, he's not really doing too well tonight. 19 rush yards, 8 rushing attempts, 0 rushing touchdowns, 2.4 yards rushed averaged. And it's unacceptable, period. Unacceptable. So we got to see more out of him. Josh Jacobs needs to figure it out. And I want to see this Las Vegas Raiders offense utilize more of their weapons. Where are their weapons? Hunter Renfro. Okay. Hunter Renfro, he just got a touchdown. We need to utilize him more. He's not doing enough either. 19 receiving yards, 2 receptions, 9 yards receiving averaged in this game. It says 0 receiving touchdowns, even though he just got one. So I don't know. If you're just looking at this game, you look at a couple weeks ago, Raiders, Baltimore Ravens, completely different game, completely different team. And we need to see more of that coming into the second half. Hopefully the defense can put up a stop, make it 14-21. And then I hate to say it, but I'd like to see Los Angeles score again, make it 28-14. And then we come back and tie it up at 28 late into the fourth, maybe go to overtime and squeeze out the win that way. And that's kind of the only way I see it. But we have to get a stop here. Then get another score. So make it 14-21. So it's playing a little bit of chess now. And this is kind of the unfortunate point in the game that we're at. But the problem is with this next drive, Los Angeles, they have to go 3-and-out. Because if they don't, they're just going to run the clock out. They're going to really start juicing the clock here into the third quarter and even into the fourth quarter. They're not going to have really much of a sense of urgency to score. They don't really give a shit about the over, and they really don't give a shit about my money line bet with the Raiders. especially playing at home. 2-1. They're 0-1 at home already. They're looking for a win at home. We want to make those fans proud. So they're playing with a vengeance. They're doing what they have to do. So, I mean, the other option is just to have them score again, make it 28-7. And then the Raiders just have to play from behind. I think the Raiders, where they're falling short, they have to utilize the pass game. If they're not utilizing the pass game, they might as well just fold and just go walk in the locker room right now because they're not getting it done on the floor. Josh Jacobs is working his ass off, doing what he has to do, and it's just a mess. So if you're going to score the points, at least cover the over quickly, and make it happen. Something else I wanted to talk about, and I'll get back to the game here, and we'll be doing some live coverage here in a second. Let's talk about the AP polls in the NFL. This is kind of an interesting concept that I thought about. Have AP polls in the NFL. Just have ratings, have rankings for all these teams, and just why not? Why not? Just have them ranked, and it really won't affect their schedules as much, but it'll basically just be for the novelty aspect, and college does it. So you can see how it works a little bit better in college. There's a little bit more to work for. I would say make a top 10. Make a top 10. So at least, there's going to be teams that don't get ranked. There's going to be teams that do get ranked, and then you can kind of see that and compare that based on different schedules and things like that. Because you look at it, and I talked about this in the podcast today with Cody in the Gin College podcast. We talked about how the AP polls are made in college football. We talked about how they are constructed, how they are made, how they're decided. It's basically analysts and broadcasters that look at college football, that watch college football, that make odds, that look at and make picks, handicap certain games. And they are making those rankings, basically making those rankings. They're voting on them and making those rankings based on, either objective or subjective notions. And it's kind of crazy that is how they're decided. Basically, it's something that is decided by a group of individuals from anywhere from 20 people to 100 people. And you can call yourself a journalist, call yourself an analyst. And I don't know how you get granted the grace to be like, okay, well, what do you think the AP poll should be this week? Oh, I don't know. Figure it out, look at a couple games, and you can kind of make those assumptions based on however you want to, on whatever merits you want. And no one's really going to question you on that. And they're just going to kind of go with it. Okay, cool. And that's the rankings. That's what you see at the AP polls. And essentially, that's how bowl games are made. That's how bowl games are constructed. That's how the top four are constructed. And as far as we know it, that's how the college football playoff is constructed. So unless we get to a 12-team playoff, which I think is far more fair than doing a 4-team, especially you're going to always have your Georgias, you're always going to have your Ohio States, you're always going to have your Alabamas in there, obviously, without really much debate. And that's kind of just how it's been for the last decade or so. We need to see a change to that, and I would love to see it happen in the NFL just for the novelty. It's not going to really hold a lot of weight. Like I said, the schedules are already formed. And it just kind of be fun to look at, see who's the top 10. Okay, Baltimore's number 5. Okay, the Buccaneers number 8. Whatever. Look at it that way, and kind of have that change week after week. And I think that these teams and these players will play with a different sense of urgency going forward. That's a good stop right there on 3rd and 2. Let's see if they stop or see if they go for this or punt it here. Looks like the Chargers got a 4th and 1 on their own 45, 44. Yeah, right around the 45. So we'll see what they do here. I don't know if they're going to go for this since they have such a significant lead. They might let them get back into it. And they're going for it. This would be a huge stop for the Raiders here. And they just fuck it up. Obviously. Of course. Why would they get a stop? What kind of sense would that make? So there's a lot of things we're looking at, but yeah. And I apologize for the late stream. It is a late night. It is almost 11 p.m. on the East Coast. But supposedly there was a weather delay, and I think there was some lightning in the area that they were concerned about, and they were looking for the green light in New York to really allow them to play. And that's got to be a pick. Oh, Blew the screen up. Justin Herbert was under pressure, under duress, and he let it go. So we'll see what happens going on in this game. Let me know if you guys are live, if you guys are here. Give me some insights. Give me some updates on your fantasy teams. Give me some updates on how your team's doing. Any bets you placed this past weekend, college football or NFL. Tell me how you did. Obviously, I have some bones to pick with multiple franchises. Number one being the Tennessee Titans taking a loss to the New York Jets. Absolutely disgraceful, absolutely inexcusable to take a loss, especially in overtime, to allow them to come back into the game or to even make that a game is absolutely terrible to allow that to happen. And I have very low respect for the Tennessee Titans right now. We can go look at that game cast just as we're sitting here crying to ourselves watching this game and watching this under try to hit. So we'll look at this Tennessee game. Yes, the Jets were playing at home. Yes, Zach Wilson did what he had to do, and he got 2 touchdowns, 297 passing yards, threw 1 interception, went 21 for 34, and that's a big 4th down here. Just to get back on track here, the Raiders just stopped them. But yeah, take a look down here. Take a look down here. Look at this. Look at how much this fluctuated. So we're pretty late into the 3rd, maybe even into the 4th here. And this is fluctuating quite intensely. It goes to 68.3%. Let's see what point in the game this is. So 4th and 10 at the New York Jets 31. So Bullock went for the 49-yarder. Field goal is no good. Wide left center. M. Cox. Holder J. Townsend. So that went from basically 100% for the Jets to 68.3 for the Titans, then all the way back down to 100% for the Jets. Inexcusable loss right there to even push that game into overtime. It's kind of sad that it even came to that. But it is what it is. Tannehill, pretty average stats, 30 for 49 passes, 298 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry, 33 carries, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. He's got to be pushing 200 yards every single game. I don't care what you do, what you say. That says something about the New York Jets defense if they're able to shut down Derrick Henry and keep him to 157 yards. There's something to be said about that. I guess we can talk about a couple upsets that I had. So this game right here, Cleveland, Minnesota, this one was a tie. I believe the line was even. And it was Cleveland -1. I guess it closed at over under 52. That under smashed considerably. And I liked the Browns in this game. Even though they were playing away, I saw some weaknesses in the Vikings offense where I really wanted to push for Cleveland. They're starting off really well, really hot, 1-1 away, and they're 3-1 on the season. So they're looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to this Cleveland Browns team to do some damage this year. And as we can see from the probability chart, they pulled away pretty much after halftime. That was pretty much no longer a game, but it could have went either way. They only won by a touchdown, covered by 6. So it is what it is. The Rams, this was another one that really kind of got me good. Cardinals 37, Rams 20. I wanted to see the Rams succeed, but Matthew Stafford somehow just couldn't figure it out. Gave Kyler Murray too much space in the backfield. The defense did, and they capitalized. They did what they had to do on offense and got the job done. And there's really not much to say about that. But, yeah, big win for the Cardinals starting off 4-0. They're looking to remain the only undefeated team in the NFL after this week. So we'll see what happens. They might do it. They might not. Well, they will do it if this stands right here, right now. So we'll just kind of have to see what happens here. Seahawks in San Francisco. I believe I took this one as another upset. Yeah, San Francisco -2.5 was the line it closed at. And, yeah, Seahawks pulled it away in an away win. And, yeah, Russell Wilson, 16 for 23, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. And DK Metcalf, 4 receptions, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Got it done through the air. And just a great team effort Another upset that I liked was Pittsburgh and Green Bay. I like Green Bay in this one. Playing at Lambeau Field. I don't know why the bookies just love the Steelers. They love them to death. And they favored them. Oh, wow. The line, Green Bay -6. Green Bay -6. That must have swapped like crazy because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the Steelers were favored going into this game by at least a couple points. I think it was 3.5. So that must have swapped pretty crazily. Let's see if we can get a big pass here. Catch that. Yes, that's got to be a flag. It's got to be a flag on the defense. We're playing the ball and we're playing. It's just hard coverage. Hard coverage to play through. Let's see what we get here. Defensive pass interference, and that's a big play. That's a spot foul. That puts us like right on the 30-yard line, maybe even a little closer. Let's see where we wind up here. This is a bomb by Derek Carr. I hope you guys are watching this with me. Yeah, that's good. That's good. 25 puts us on the 25, puts us in a good scoring position, gets us to 14-21. That really sets us up score-wise, and it sets us up for the over. Tell you what would be ideal. Get another score here going into the fourth, and then we see an offensive battle going into the fourth quarter. Chargers get the ball. Maybe they score, maybe they don't. Honestly, it's more ideal if they don't, because then we have an opportunity to then get the ball again, tie it at 21, and then it's a dogfight. Maybe we can each get a couple more touchdowns. That puts us at 28 apiece. Then that over hits, and then all of it is in the hands of the gods as far as if we win or not. So, like I said, this Raiders team is a fourth quarter, second half team. They're not going to go down lightly. They'll even push through into overtime if they have to. So we'll see what happens, guys. Make sure to keep an eye on this game. Watch the rest of it. And if you see this video tomorrow, let me know what you think about these, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.